Jax, look, I don't want to fight. I'm going to hire an attorney and we'll settle this in
listen,
court,
Elizabeth,
okay?
I don't want to fight either. That's why I'm here. You and I are the parents of the child you're carrying. So it's up to us to negotiate a compromise for the baby's sake.
I'm so sad.
Why would I be sad when I have you here?
Carly's sleeping. She looks so vulnerable.
It must be so painful for you to watch Carly go through this.
I'm thinking it's selfish of me to keep her here. I know she needs to feel safe. And I don't know if I can do that when my family in my house is under attack from the Ruiz family.
What are you doing?
Jason, I think you should stop. We should just
get out of here right now.
I'm not leaving without you.
What happened?
Jason just made it look like Ruiz and his men killed each other.
No. That's not what happened. I shot a man.
Who tried to kill you? It was self-defense, Rick. But that's going to be very difficult to prove considering Jason just wiped all the prints off the gun. So look at me. Look at me. You have a decision to make right now. You're either going to make a full confession to the cops or run. And I'm going to stand behind you, no matter what you decide, but you have to decide now.
I apologize for my behavior. And I walked up to Kelly's and I heard Nicholas encouraging you to take sole custody. And now I said a lot of things I didn't mean, and I have no intention of following through. I don't want to cut you out of this baby's life, Elizabeth. I think you're wonderful.
Thank you. But I bear part of the blame. I mean, when you started issuing out ultimatums, I felt the need to fire back a few of my own.
Well, we're all emotional. And I can't stand the sight of Nicholas for obvious reasons. You've been friends with him for years, so you have every right to defend him.
I am not happy with what Nicholas and Courtney did either, but ultimately it's none of my business. However, this baby that I'm carrying is. And I agree. Jax, you should be the father. I think this baby has every right to know you.
Well, I'm relieved to hear that. You know, perhaps we can go back to what I proposed the other day, that we share custody. I think it would be the best solution for everyone, especially our child.
You know, for how strange looking this house is, some of the rooms are surprisingly beautiful.
Yeah.
Like this one. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm with you. Makes me like it.
Yeah, a lot of people are turned off by my house. They think it's really gloomy and forbidding.
No, I like it. I like the stillness and isolation. You know, we could just stay here indefinitely. Walk through the gardens and make love in every single room of the house.
But you might change your mind in a couple of months, because this house gets cold in winter.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
then we'll just have to light a roaring fire. And then when the snow does fall, we'll have snowball fights. Something wrong?
No, I'm glad you like my house. But at the same time, I don't want us to hide out here, okay? And you and I have every right to be together, whether it be here or in public or wherever. In fact, I think we should start right now.
What do you suggest?
Let's just go to dinner somewhere, go eat somewhere or something.
Okay, do you want to go eat somewhere, or do you want to point?
Well, both. I mean, we both live in this town. We can't hide out here like fugitives. You know? I'm sorry the way things ended with Emily, but I am not ashamed to be with you.
You know, it means a lot to hear you say that. It does. I know that I don't have anything to be ashamed of, but it's still awkward going places together.
Yeah, I know, but the only solution to that is to keep going out until it's not awkward anymore. Okay, so come here. We'll go to Kelly's, and we'll get something to eat. And people will get used to seeing us together. Okay?
What you're doing for Carly is the opposite of selfish, Sonny. You're putting your life on hold to give her the time she needs to heal, even though she's not your wife anymore.
I have a commitment to Carly that goes deeper than marriage. We're tied together by our children, by the years we spent together, the struggles we've had. I'm not going to abandon Carly any more than she would with me.
She's so fortunate to have you love her.
Well, it's not like we're going to get back together. I mean, we just...
No, I wasn't referring to romantic love. You know, that goes away eventually. No matter how glorious it feels, no matter how much you wish it would last, things go wrong. You disappoint each other or life gets in the way. And when romantic love fades, you find out if there's real love underneath.
What's going on?
Manny Ruiz and 2 of his soldiers are dead.
What the hell happened?
He's tried to kill me and Jason shot him.
You okay? Well, thank God Jason's back.
All right, go take a shower, bring the clothes you're wearing back down here to me.
What are you doing?
We gotta burn our clothes, get rid of any powder residue.
I never fired a gun.
Well, I did, Sam, and I was holding your arm. I'm not gonna take any chances that you're gonna be implicated.
It was self-defense.
Self-defense? Those guys weren't even shooting at me. They never even saw me coming. The cops would call it murder, and they'd be right.
Lucky and I are planning on getting married, which means he will be the stepfather to this child. And if the 2 of you are going to be at each other's throats for the next 18 years, then this isn't going to be good for anybody.
No, I can't speak for Lucky, but once we're all settled, I'm sure we can all calm down.
The calming needs to start with you, Jax. I understand that you're angry right now with good reason, but this isn't the baby's fault. And the last thing I need is for this child to be surrounded by people who are gritting their teeth and who are tolerating each other when underneath they're really furious.
No, I agree. I do. You know, I've been thinking a lot about my own father lately. I owe him for a lifetime of patience and teaching by example. John's gone now. I can't pay him back, but I can pay it forward by being the best father I can be to my child. And that includes treating his or her mother with consideration and fairness.
Well, as long as you keep the baby in focus.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, the baby's, moving. It's fluttering.
May I?
Yeah, here, right here. I don't know if you can feel anything. Can you feel something?
No, just a bump in your stomach.
Yeah.
Now a child growing inside you.
What the hell are you doing here?
No reports of shots fired, no apparent witnesses.
It's Manuel Ruiz and 2 of his soldiers. One was shot through the heart at point-blank range. Ruiz took 2 rounds, both in the chest. He's on his way to the hospital. He's not expected to live.
Any chance Ruiz and his men shot each other?
It's possible.
You're choosing to overlook the fact that someone, most probably the soon-to-be deceased Mr. Ruiz, shot up Sonny's house. He put his brother, his #1 bodyguard in the hospital. This is a professional hit, gentlemen. This is payback. Ruiz was making trouble for Sonny, so Sonny did what he does best. took him out.
The police will probably show up soon. Anytime there's a break-in or unsolved shooting, you'd be picked up for questioning.
Yeah, well, district attorney can add 3 more names to the list of people he thinks I killed.
No, you cannot believe a word out of Durant's mouth. He hates you, and maybe you did kill some of the people he's talking about, Jason, but they're far from innocent.
How can you be so sure? I thought I didn't talk about my work with you.
You didn't.
Maybe that's why. Maybe, you know, I wanted you to love me, so I couldn't tell you that the people I killed were innocent, that the only thing they did wrong was getting Sonny's way.
Why are you so determined to
Because
believe the worst in yourself?
Of what just happened. I shot 3 people. I didn't even stop and think. You know, maybe that's what I do. I just shut down. I do the work. I don't think. I don't question anything. I don't feel sorry for any... What happened to your wrist? That's why I grabbed you when I ran away. I hurt you.
Is Jason all right?
He's fine, Emily. Not a scratch on him.
All right, listen to me. Police are going to show up here, then take me into questioning. I don't want Michael to see it. And, you know, I don't want him. So, can you take him to Kelly's and visit Mike,
sure.
whatever you need to do? Yeah. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Why were you pulled into this? What happened?
Reese showed up to help me.
Why are you even out of the hospital?
I set up a meeting with Ruiz.
Are you crazy, Rick?
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, I set up the meeting in the park. I hid the gun. I had every intention of killing Ruiz, but then, of course, you know, at the moment of truth, I froze. I couldn't pull the trigger, so about that time, Reese showed up, and that was just enough time for Jason to step in.
You're a lawyer. You're not a hitman. What made you think you could take out Ruiz?
Maybe I thought I could protect my brother.
Nicholas and I got into an argument at Kelly's. Elizabeth heard it, and I said some things I didn't mean, so I came
when
over
you
to
said you bury Elizabeth. When you said you threatened to take this child away by any means necessary, did you mean that part?
Look, I'm not proud of what I said or how I acted.
Oh.
Okay? I would never want to hurt my child's mother in any way.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Why don't you just sign over your parental rights so we can get on with our own lives?
Mikey, this isn't helping.
No, it's the only way that Jax can prove that he's sincere. Because if he loves this baby the way he claims, he'll let go.
Really? Would you let go? Lucky, if the positions were reversed and my fiancée was pregnant with your child? Would you accept the fact that your child would be better off not knowing you? And how do you expect me to? Now, I hope that we can all agree to joint custody. I think that's the best solution. I think that's best for the baby. And I hope that you can both agree. Thanks for hearing me out.
Don't worry, I won't let Jax get anywhere near you or the baby.
Maybe Jax is right.
Hey, Michael. Meet again. How you doing?
Fine.
You know, still have time to go to a baseball game if you're still interested.
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, offer stands if you feel like calling me if you change your mind, okay?
If I want to go to a baseball game, I'll have Emily take me.
All right, Michael, listen. No, listen. Michael, Courtney's still your aunt. No, you shouldn't talk to her like that. I think you should apologize.
You don't tell me what to do. You're not my uncle. You're the jerk who cheated on Emily, and you're the jerk for dating him.
Okay. No, you know what? He's just parroting what he hears at home. You know, obviously, Sonny is painting Courtney as a homewrecker, and it's not fair. And it needs to stop.
I'm grateful that you would take this risk to protect me, Rick, but you were dead wrong in doing it, all right? Because, look, I never wanted you to risk your life, much less try to kill someone.
Well, maybe I thought it was, you know, worth it to protect my brother.
Well, you have a baby on the way. You can't take chances like that. Manuel Ruiz is a serious player, Rick. If you understood the business, you would know that he wouldn't show up to a meeting without backup.
Oh, so you're telling me now that I made a stupid
I'm just saying you don't have any experience in that area. Okay, let's say you somehow managed to take out Ruiz and his people. You wouldn't know how to cover it up. If Jason hadn't stepped in, you'd be dead or in police custody. I want you to be careful. I don't want to lose you.
Okay. Sorry. I'll be more careful next time.
Okay. We're gonna focus on the evidence. How much was left behind?
None to speak of. Jason was incredibly efficient.
Well, it looks like, you know, it sounds like Jason.
Yeah, he wiped the prints off the gun. He put them back in the hands of Ruiz and his men, and unless there was an eyewitness, there's no way that anybody could...
Police! You'll need a warrant. We have one.
Hold on a second.
Stop harassing Mr. Corinthos, okay?
All right. I'm gonna let them take me downtown. All right, you take Rick to the hospital.
Okay.
Hi.
Michael Corinthos Jr. Taking you to PCPD to answer questions about a shooting.
Anyone I know? Or is Durant, he's just bored and he wants you guys to come down here to arrest me? You know, I know you guys just following orders and all that, but do you ever ask yourself, are you really upholding the law or gratifying John T. Durant's enormous ego?
I don't get to pick the DA. And I don't get to decide when to follow his orders. Oh, and to answer your question, the victim?
Yeah.
It's definitely somebody you know. Let's go.
All right, come on. You need to sit down. You're pale. You're in a lot of pain. You never should have left the hospital so soon, so let me take you back, okay?
First I need you to help me.
I bruise easily. It's not a big deal.
I was dragging you so fast you could barely keep up.
Don't apologize for getting me to safety.
Does it bother you that I just shot 3 guys?
Those men were going to kill Rick. They threatened you. They fired a bullet that nearly missed me in the head. So no, I'm not feeling a whole lot of regret over their deaths right now. If anything, this proves what I've been trying to tell you. You act to defend the people you care about.
You need to believe that because you're in love with me.
Jason, it's Mac. Open up.
Sure, come in. Hey. Hi.
It's a little warm for a fire in here, isn't it?
No, Jason and I, we like to roast marshmallows.
Not tonight. Jason's needed at the PCPD. Durant wants you for questioning.
Oh, come on. Are those really necessary?
We're going to read him his rights. These are a precaution.
Are you aware that Jason has been...
He can't remember? Again.
He's got a hyperfused frontal cortex, which, trust me, it is as bad as it sounds. He's had blackouts and seizures, and he needs to take medication exactly as prescribed, okay?
If Jason needs to take medication, you give it to me. I'll make sure that he gets it within the next 24 hours.
24 hours?
You know the drill, Sam. Durant's gonna keep him as long as possible.
Are you serious? I mean, you're okay with him violating his rights?
I've got 2 dead men on the way to the coroner, and one that's not expected to make it, all right? They were the dregs of the earth, but they had a right to live.
Jason is not responsible for that.
You can tell that to Durant. You want to give me that medication?
It's in my pocket. Next dose in 3 hours.
I'll make sure you get it. You have the right
Jason, don't say anything, okay? Just keep quiet. I'll make sure everything is okay.
Will be used against you in court of law. You have the right to an attorney.
Jax will lull you into a false insecurity with the shared custody plan, and then he's going to turn around and take the baby.
You said yourself that you're opposed to this whole joint custody thing because you're afraid that Jax will somehow take me away from you.
No, Jax is working you. I see it. I see him smiling at you, putting his hand on your belly, and all I can think about is how much more he can give you.
What about the fact that I love you? Does that count for anything? I am not interested in Jax. You are the only man I love. Now, if you can't trust that, then why are we getting married?
Sonny has no right to judge Courtney, much less poison her relationship with Michael. I mean, if he has a problem with us, then he needs to say that to my face.
Nicholas, you have no idea the strain Sonny's been under. Trying to care for Carly and 2 kids and hold together a business that's spiraling out of control. He doesn't have time to deal with Courtney's hurt feelings or yours. So I'll speak to Michael and I'll explain to him again that this is an adult situation, that people fall in and out of love, and that it's no one's fault. I know he loves Courtney, and I'm sure that he'll come around eventually.
sorry. I probably should have handled that differently.
It's okay. Thank you.
Where were you at 8:30 tonight, Sonny?
Home?
Mm-hmm. What about Jason Morgan?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, maybe Jason can clear up some of the confusion. Mac, why don't you cuff him across from his buddy there? Hey, Jason. Manuel Ruiz and a couple of his associates were found shot in the park earlier tonight. Do you know anything about that? Did Sonny ever discuss Ruiz with you? Did he ever mention that Ruiz was a threat? Did Sonny ever tell you that he needed to have Manuel Ruiz dead, that he wanted him to die? You know, Jason, I've been doing a little bit of checking up on you, and I think I have a better appreciation for who you are, truly. 10 years ago, you're a model citizen, straight A's, med student. I know for a fact that your parents were very proud of you. Then you had this terrible accident. You woke up, you were impaired. You were a child in a man's body, unable to reason, unable to tell right from wrong. And then this slime ball, he comes into your life. He recruits you to work for him. Hell, he might as well have gone off to a schoolyard and hired a 6-year-old. That's how little you understood what you were doing. This man used you, and he took advantage of your injuries. He used you to eliminate his enemies. He used you to enforce his will. Well, Jason, right now, this is your chance. And it may be your only chance to break free of the hold that Sonny has held over you. It may be your only chance forever. But you can do it if you answer one question. Did Sonny Corinthos ever tell you that he wanted Manuel Ruiz dead?
I have nothing to say without my lawyer.
That was your chance, man. That was your one chance. And you just blew it.
I trust your love. In fact, the person I don't trust is myself. My out-of-control, over-the-top pride is what got us here in the first place. And...
No, please, there's plenty of blame to go around. I was in such a hurry to solve our money problems, I didn't really stop and consider this particular situation. But it's too late for second thoughts. This baby is a part of me, but is also a part of Jax. I'm not about to give this child up, and I don't see how I can take it away from Jax either. At the very least, this baby's gonna want to know where he or she came from. I'm not gonna be able to lie. Just like I'm not gonna lie to Cameron and tell him that you're his biological father or that Xander and I were ever married. My children deserve the truth, and that means that this baby is gonna grow up knowing that Jax is his father. I guess that joint custody just seems to be the best solution.
Have you considered what this child's life is going to be? Bouncing back and forth between a life of luxury with Jax and barely scraping by with you and me? I mean, how long do you think it's going to be before he or she is going to want to live with Jax permanently?
You know, I think you misunderstood me earlier when I was talking about us being together at your house this winter. I wasn't planning on moving in, you know. I wasn't even anticipating that we would be together months from now.
Well, why wouldn't we be?
Because you still love Emily. What, Nicholas? You wish you would have stayed together. You wish you would have stayed committed to your marriage.
You're wrong.
Look, I know that there were problems, and maybe they were insurmountable. But you'll never know that now. Because you had a weak moment, and you lied to her about going to New York instead of the Bahamas, and then we had another weak moment, and Emily walked in. It was an artificial breaking point. I mean, instead of you guys leaving each other or staying together and working on things.
I disagree.
Look, I'm not imagining the look on your face when you see Emily. not. I mean, it's a look of longing and regret. And look, maybe you just gave up a little too soon, and you're sorry, and that's okay. It is, really. I mean, I don't want you to feel obligated to be with me. You don't have to be with me.
Hey, is Sonny here?
He was expecting to be taken to the PCPD in connection with the Ruiz shootings. I don't know anything more than that. Sonny asked me to get Michael out of the house so he wouldn't see the police take him in for questioning.
Okay. Well, if Sonny is already at the station, I guess there's nothing I can do but wait, right?
Does that mean Jason was taken there too?
Yeah, Mac already came to the apartment.
How is Jason?
How much do you know?
A guy named Ruiz tried to kill Rick, and Jason killed him instead.
Okay. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Jason and we were walking through the park, and out of nowhere, this bullet went past my head, and everything happened so fast, I'm still not really clear on it. But Jason, he just kind of exploded. And he had taken one of these guys' guns and shot them all.
These are the guys who shot Rick and Max?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Jason is wrong. It's just, Emily, I've never seen him work before, you know? I mean, I've seen him threaten people and intimidate and break into places, but not that.
Does it change the way you feel about him?
No. No, nothing could ever change how much I love Jason. I just understand why he's afraid of himself. You know, Jason, he doesn't know himself anymore. He doesn't know the reasons why he learned how to react like that. All he knows is he can shoot someone before they have the chance to shoot him, or put down their gun, or run away.
That's not what these Ruiz people were going to do.
Jason used to know who he was fighting and what to expect, but that's all gone now. You know, I want so badly to be able to help him, and I don't know how, because I can't convince him of who he is, and I can't convince him to trust himself.
Are you afraid he's going to confess?
No. No. I know that Jason's instincts are going to kick in by then, you know? He's going to keep quiet.
Sonny's probably already called a lawyer. Why don't you just stay here until they're released?
Yeah. I mean, if I go down to the station, I'll just probably make everything worse. It's probably better that I stay here. That's a good idea.
One of the men killed tonight was a single shot through the heart, point blank range. That's got your signature all over it, Sonny. So you see, if you don't cooperate with me here, that would make you my #1 suspect.
Do you have anything in the way of evidence here, Mr. Duran? Or are you just throwing around random accusations at my clients for the pleasure of hearing your own voice?
Well, Sonny must be really nervous to summon you from the hospital bed to come down here and defend him and Jason. I mean, that's practically an admission of guilt. Would you say so there, Reese?
Thanks for coming by, Rick. You know, it's not necessary. I'm going to call Justice. Reese, can you go ahead and take him to the hospital?
Okay. It's not often that I'm able to do you, much less Jason, a favor, okay? This is one time I can. We were discussing evidence, Mr. Duran, or in this case, the complete lack thereof.
Jason's hands and clothing tested negative for powder residue. The only prints on the gun belong to Ruiz and his men.
Very good. So you have no evidence. I'd appreciate it if you would kick my clients loose.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, sure. Jason, he's free to go. I still have a couple of questions for your brother here.
Thanks.
Well, what do you know? Maybe Jason is a new man. I've never seen him so polite to you before. It's too bad his memory loss has also affected his aim, however. 2 bullets, and he failed to check and see if Ruiz was actually dead. Yeah, so I suspect that when Ruiz does regain consciousness, he will have no trouble IDing the shooter.
You all right?
Yeah. What's the matter, Mr. Lansing? Did I say something to upset you?
My brother's recovering from a gunshot wound. He should be in a hospital right now, Durant.
Yeah, no, you're right. We'll just hold you down and lock up until Rick's feeling better.
You know what? That won't be necessary. Rick can go to the hospital, and I'll serve as Sonny's counsel for the rest
I'm
of the
fine. Look,
interrogation.
Durant has no cause to hold Sonny. Right? He's got to keep
That's
him
right.
close. I'll just stay. I'll file the paperwork, and then you can drive me to the hospital.
Rick, are you sure?
Look, as your legal counsel and as your brother, I'm advising you get the hell out of here.
Wow. What a touching transformation. From mortal enemies to bonded brothers. Unfortunately for you, Rick, that's put you square on the wrong side of the law, which begs yet another question. How far will you go to prove your newfound loyalty
Look, the
to your
paperwork, Durant,
brother
is
there?
assume that you filed any in the first place, because if you did go into my clients' houses and drag them down here
What do you know about what
proper
happened in the
cause
park
or
tonight,
proper
huh?
What do you say?
What are your dealings with Manuel Ruiz?
Listen,
I'm just asking questions. I'm not
Not
getting
the
any
place to
answers.
question, not the time.
I'm looking for an alibi. Where were you?
Rick! Oh my God, he's bleeding. Call 911, Durant. His wound is reopened. Go ahead, call 911.
Children value love and connection over possessions. Case in point, our own childhoods. You grew up on the road, constantly on the run. Did you ever own anything that couldn't fit into a backpack?
No.
But you were loved. You had your parents, and you were the center of their universe. And you have carried that with you your entire life. And that is what has made you the amazing person you are today. By contrast, I grew up in an upper to middle class family with my parents were successful surgeons. I had this huge house and my own room and all the possessions I could ever ask for. But was I happy? I was mostly miserable. I felt so alone, so isolated and disconnected. I knew that I got things instead of love. My only fear is that this child will come to have those feelings about the time he spends with Jax. But I know that when this baby's with us, he's gonna be so loved, a part of the family. Lucky, I want you to feel in your heart that you're this baby's father. I'm not asking you to take Jax's place, but give this baby a home and the family that Jax will never be able to provide.
This baby is already a part of you. And I love it.
It's moving again. Oh, God, that feels so weird here. Can you feel it?
I don't know. A little bit. Hello, little one. I'm gonna be your daddy.
Look, I believe now that Jax and I, we would have never been happy. You know, and if I hadn't gotten involved with you, well, then we might still be together. Even starting to raise a baby. But eventually, the marriage would have fallen apart. Okay? And it would have been even more painful, especially for the child. So, look, I'm better off, Nicholas, but it's different for you.
No, listen, it's true, okay? Emily's a better person than Jax. But our marriage was not working long before you, okay? Yet, yes, I wish that it would have ended differently. Yes, I wish I would have acted better than I did. But our breakup has been coming for months, and it's final. Emily and I really are over.
Okay, even if you can't go back to Emily, I don't want you staying with me because you're afraid of hurting my feelings. Okay, now look, I have a great life, Nicholas, I do. And I am fully prepared to be alone. I am. And maybe it would be better if we just ended things now. No, look, we've heard
You don't get it. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, when Nicholas talked about coming over to tell Sonny to stop disrespecting Courtney, I wanted to scream. You know, first of all, Sonny has every right to think that Nicholas and Courtney behaved badly. And second, and more importantly, Sonny's dealing with things that are a lot more urgent at the moment.
But nothing could be more important than the end of your marriage.
No, of course, you know, I'm hurt and yeah, I'm angry, but as painful as it is, it's not a matter of life and death. You know, that's what you and Sonny are dealing with. Sam, the Ruiz family attacking, Carly's having a nervous breakdown, you know, and Jason can't help. He doesn't even know himself, and I know that that's really hard on you.
It's just when I saw the look on Jason's face when he realized he bruised my arm, Emily, he was horrified. He seems to hate the violence he's capable of. He doesn't want to remember who he was or be that person again, but it's all around him. And poor Charles.
You're afraid he's gonna leave town?
I'm afraid that he'll leave me behind for what he thinks is my own good. And I'll never be able to find him again.
Sander, we've got a lot to discuss. Good chance Manny survived. But even if he dies, the Ruiz family is not going to shut down. They're going to want to retaliate. So what I need you to do is make a move against them before they do anything
I'm done
to us.
Killing for you. I don't want any part of you or your business or your life.